Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. Monday Night Raw on September the 2nd of 2002. Josiah, what do you have going on?
So, a little behind the scenes. Oz brought back to my memory that Lita broke her neck. A week before SummerSlam?
Well, in this year.
Yeah.
And so, and it's not just you. So in the last episode, I was analyzing, oh man, am I going to lose Justin Credible?
Right.
And so I looked, when I lose Justin Credible, it's not till January of the next year.
Yeah.
So while doing preparation for this video, I realized that I was worried about the wrong X Factor member. I'd actually already lost X-Pac. And so in my first episode, I have to deal with that problem as well. So it's just a symptom of the rules.
Yep.
And so the rules being that we can't book somebody who is injured, or we can't unbook injuries, and we can't book people that were let go or before they get brought in,
etc., etc.
And so, yeah, unfortunately, Lita did suffer an unpleasant injury.
Yes, indeed.
But the good news is she won that women's title at the SummerSlam, so we're proud of you.
Last week, since I only put one thing on the show because we were dead tired.
Oh yeah, it was a long day.
I'm gonna go ahead and retroactively say that Mick came out and made the announcement that Trish broke her neck, and that she then proceeded to say, "No, I'm gonna wrestle this match. It's the biggest match in women's history." Yada yada.
Absolutely.
And then won the women's title with a broken freaking neck.
I like it.
That would have been fun.
Probably don't say freaking because that's like copyrighted by
a little bit.
our Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, you know, but we'll come up with a better terminology as when she comes back. But for now,
an extremely broken neck.
Extremely broken neck. But so Mick says wishing all the best in recovery, yada yada, blah blah, PR stuff. Before saying so, obviously, I see the questions on everyone's mind. What are we going to do with the women's championship?
Of course.
Well, Lita's already given me the belt back. Mick holds the belt. Says, so obviously we're going to need to crown a women's champion. It's a while until our next pay-per-view. So I figured, screw that. We're just going to do it all in one night.
I like it.
So, next week on Monday Night Raw.
Which is now this week, right?
Which is now this week.
Right, okay.
It'll be Ladies' Night.
Ooh, I like that.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Yep. So every single match on Raw will be for the women's title tournament.
Do you have enough women for that?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. Just barely.
I was gonna say, if you need to borrow anybody, I'm willing to give you some sacrificial lambs.
Some human bodies.
Yes.
Yes, I have literally just enough human bodies to make this work.
That's cool.
So
and very, very fortunate.
Very, very fortunate. Because I remember that I have somebody coming in.
Yes.
That will replace the body I just lost. So
very nice.
And it conveniently works out
advantageous, yes.
because as Mick announces it, the participants are Jazz, duh.
Oh, yeah, you can't
Trish,
have it with, yeah.
Duh.
Yep.
Molly, also duh. And then you also have Jacqueline, Stacy, Ivory, and a surprise to be announced in the first round of the tournament.
Very cool, very cool.
Cool. So, now, 9/2/2002.
Perfect.
Now we're starting. All right. So, Mick announces that since Jazz was the former women's champion, she has a first round bye rightfully so.
Okay.
So, the second match, well, the first match, second thing, whatever,
Yes.
is Trish versus Jacqueline. Big respect to Jacqueline, but obviously Trish has to win.
Sure, yeah. Well, especially given that you've given her the accolade, if you will, of the taking out the champion.
Exactly. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish.
Can you believe that it's 2023 and we're pulling that out?
Love to see it. But yeah, so Trish wins the first match of the tournament. Match goes about 10, 15 minutes. It's a good back and forth match. Jacqueline puts on a good babyface performance, but Trish, old school chick kick, satisfaction, and we're off to the races.
Yeah, they're definitely two great talents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big fan of Jackie Moore.
Exactly. Big fan of her. Next round of the tournament, we have Stacy Keibler versus Molly Holly.
This is Stacy's first physicality, correct? Or is there a second match?
Second match.
Since in the book,
I put her in one match,
okay, that's cool.
and she got smoked like a cigar, much like she did today.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's funny in 2K23, her and Molly and Stacey are the only two women that have a WCW pass that are in the game, right?
I didn't realize that. Yeah, you're
And
right.
so until I unlocked Molly,
Yeah.
Stacey was my default WCW Women's Champion,
Yeah,
just
she was,
because
she was the Nitro.
it was like the only
The only one left.
only one that would make any sense. I mean, if you want to stretch really hard, I might have said, "Oh, Natty wins it because her daddy was there for."
I mean, yeah.
for like a 5 minutes or whatever.
I mean, yeah. If you want to do it by proxy, I guess.
I've done that before when
Yeah.
it's like, man, the pickings are so slim.
yeah. Not much to go by.
But yeah, when I unlocked Molly, she instantly beat Stacey for the title.
Well, I mean,
it's not a hard call to make there.
yeah. Do love Stacy. Big fan of her. She literally is just wrestling in the same outfit that she wears when she manages Kurt.
Very cool, yeah. I think that's a good look.
Yeah, I'm about to say she pulls it off.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Stacy pulls off everything.
Absolutely.
But it's a pretty quick match. Molly nails the Molly go around pretty early, and sends the kids home. Sends the kid home happy.
Right.
And then last but not least, we have our final match of the first round.
Okay.
Ivory versus a debuting Victoria.
Oh, man, I love her talent. Like,
Beautiful.
Lisa Marie Vaughn is a great
Wonderful.
freaking wrestler.
I think she's in Impact right now, or was in Impact recently.
Yeah, she is one of the best of Impact.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been a lot of great...
Yeah, her Tara run, especially.
Tara, absolutely.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of great women's wrestlers when it comes to Impact.
Yeah.
Gail Kim,
That's what they're well known
Awesome
for.
Kong,
Yeah.
Mickey James, and Tara, Victoria. Yeah, great.
I'm about to say I could sit here for hours and just talk about the knockouts division.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, did you see the new concept that Impact is debuting at Against All Odds?
nah.
It's called an 8-4-1 match.
Tell me what the hell that is.
Well, so the match begins in a 4-on-4 capacity. 2 teams of 4.
Yep.
When one team of 4 wins, they then face each other in a fatal 4-way, and there can only be one winner to become number 1 contender.
Huh.
And I thought that
And
was...
the division's so stacked, they can pull that off. That's
Well, it's not.
brilliant.
It's not a women's match. It's actually a men's.
Oh,
But
it's a
still,
men's thing? I feel like the women
regardless.
can do it too.
Oh, they can. I don't know if they will, but
Well, we'll see how this goes, and if it's popular.
exactly. Yeah. As soon as I saw that announced, I was like, man, that's fun. I wish I'd have come up with that.
That's brilliant.
Now, don't get me wrong. I might just steal it.
And I was about to
Who
say,
cares?
we might do it anyway.
Yeah,
but,
I might just do it anyway. But
Yeah.
it's good times.
But Ivory and Victoria come out. This is Victoria's debut match. No one knows who she is, and
She's got to be dominant then.
oh yeah. She is a widow's peak.
Yeah.
No, so what she does is she smacks Ivory with a clothesline, like literally as soon as the bell rings, and picks her up for the widow's peak. So I looked this up. So apparently her finisher wasn't always a widow's peak. She debuted that
Okay.
against someone else,
Sure.
which I'll talk about later. But I decided that since technically I'm debuting her later than when she came in,
True. Yes.
I'm just gonna go ahead and give her the widow's peak.
I think that's fine. Yeah, for sure. I've done that a few times with people as well. Make small little tweaks
Yeah.
here and there.
Yeah.
Like here's a spoiler for whenever Nick Nemeth debuts. I'd never ever want him to be Dolph Ziggler.
What exactly? Not feeling it.
So I've made the small caveat that if he gets traded off of my show, goes to somebody else's show, and he gets knocked in the head, I guess you can have him forget who he is and make him think that he's a guy from Boogie Nights. But until then, this man is going to be Nick Nemeth, the natural Nick Nemeth, and be an excellent freaking amateur wrestler.
Fair enough.
Because that's just what he was.
Yeah.
The winningest amateur wrestler at Kent State University in the history of Kent State University wrestling.
Yeah, it's amazing I didn't figure out he had that accolade until, I think, 2014. I was like, oh, he actually is an amateur wrestler. Like, he's actually good. Okay. Did not know. Like, he's literally a Brock Lesnar level
Absolutely.
wrestler.
Yep.
Which, of course...
Just without the size,
Yeah,
obviously.
just without the size.
Yep.
But, I mean, why we have weight classes.
Oh, yeah.
Duh.
Yes.
But, yeah, so Victoria wins with the Widow's Peak, defeating Ivory. The whole crowd's like, well, dang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a way to make a statement.
Indeed. So she'll be facing Molly in the next round. And speaking of the next round, the semifinals, you have the rematch everybody's been pining for. Jazz versus Trish.
Okay.
And this is a nice 20-minute affair, real back and forth. The whole match, I kind of akin this to a Tom and Jerry match.
Oh, I like that.
So the whole match is the much bigger, much more powerful Jazz trying to smash Trish and Trish running away. Like, nope, not getting caught in that. There's a couple instances where Jazz gets Trish up for the powerbomb on the outside and she pulls on the ropes and slips back into the ring. There's another instance where Jazz tries to run out afterward. Trish pulls up the apron and she slides into it, beats the crap out of her, and then tells her, count. And Jazz,
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of it. You can advance for the count out. Yeah, that's smart.
Exactly. And Trish, being the intellectual that she is, wins by cheating.
Ah, okay. That's...
So she hits up the big roll up, grabs the tights, puts the feet on the rope. Literally every dirty pin you can think of, she did it. And scored the quick 1, 2, 3. Jazz obviously heated, like, I can't believe, how did you not see that? Where were your eyes?
Are you blind? Yeah, I love it.
Trish, of course, like, I'm a genius, I'm the greatest, I'm your next women's champion, no one can stop me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish.
Do you know what the sad part about this is?
What?
So, I love what you're doing, both with your women's division in general and this concept of Ladies' Night. But the sad part is, if this actually happened, if Lita was champion when she got injured and she had to give up her belt, I'm sure that Raw would have just had an over-the-top, well, probably over-the-bottom rope battle royal.
I don't know, it's over the middle rope.
But never the top, not
about
until
to
recently.
say, yeah, nah.
And I just said bottom rope to be funny.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
But yeah, so it would have just been a forgettable, maybe 8 minutes max battle royal.
To be nice to you, I feel like you're giving it way too much credit here for what Vince would have did. He probably would have just said, "All right, who has the biggest rack? All right, you get the belt. Congratulations."
They actually did that with Sable.
I know.
Yeah, when the title returned, they were just
I know, because Commissioner Shawn Michaels said, "Wow." No, sorry, that was Deborah. My bad. Deborah won after losing a bra and panties match.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
I think against Sable now.
You're right, though. That is, I was being too generous. My bad.
But yeah, it's that's kind of why I enjoy like being able to do whatever I want in this universe. It's kind of like, well, I know who's good,
Yes.
so I don't have to like
Pretend.
pretend like, well, you guys aren't great at what you do.
Yeah, well, it's funny. So I've always struggled to some degree, whether it was rebooking WCW or even planning the world the way I want, right? Because there's a part of me that's like, oh, like when I'm booking these shows, I'm like, oh, well,
You feel like you have to be some level of realistic.
some level of realistic, right? Would Vince approve my booking of The Undertaker losing this match? And then I'm like, wait a second, I'm booking this. Who cares?
I'm Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
no, we're not gonna say that. But
Yes.
you get the point.
Yeah. I'm the
man.
power person.
I'm the chairman.
Chairman. Yes.
As I sit in my chair.
Yes.
But cool. So yes, like I said, Trish wins by shenanigans. Next up, we have Molly Holly versus Victoria. Again, another set of brilliant, talented women.
And we've seen this match at WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all over the place too, for that matter. But
I think that was the match where Molly had to shave her head, right?
do you know why she did that?
Because she literally said, "Get me on the show. I want.
Yeah, she kept
I will
begging.
do anything.
She kept
I will do
begging.
anything. You want me to shave my head on the show? I got you."
And Vince got sold. He said,
He's like, "Shave your head." You said.
"I'm
I'm not gonna lie. What really amazed me, Molly looked good bowling.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
Really didn't make any sense. I'm like, huh.
Well,
So she's just attractive. That's what
correct.
it is.
Yeah, like even to this day, her hair is
short.
Yeah, very
Yeah, really
exactly,
short.
yeah.
Yeah, and she looks great with it.
Absolutely.
Really pulled it
And
off.
I think a lot of it just has to do with her being a good person and
Yeah, absolutely.
just
Definitely has a pure energy
yeah,
about
absolutely.
her. Yes, which is why Victoria's gonna murder her.
Of course, yeah. Why wouldn't she?
But yes, lovable Molly. Kind of not the exact same. She has a little bit more fight.
Mm-hmm.
Does actually hit a Molly go round, but Victoria kicks out at one.
Oh wow.
You know how much I love that spot.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
And then, of course, clothesline, Widow's Peak. We're out of here.
Yep.
So, of course, that leaves the main event of the evening, Victoria versus Trish. In between, I did have a little backstage segment, mostly because it's a little silly to make them do a finals match
Sure,
right after.
absolutely, and that's the beauty. Like, even though it's women's wrestling night, I could totally see wanting to sprinkle in segments between.
Exactly.
Because you got tag champions, you got hardcore division, you got US, you got all kinds of things that you want
Exactly.
to highlight, if you will.
Exactly. We got a lot going on.
And even tease, that way. Hey, you're here for the first time for the ladies' night, but don't worry. Next week we got
more action.
yes,
So,
exactly.
pretty much imagine like in between all these matches, segments are like, here's what's happening next Raw, yada yada yada. You will see Kurt Angle dress hardcore Vice.
And we share Undisputed Champion too.
Yes, and I was just getting to that.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar will be here in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
2 weeks. Yeah, I had to double check that. We had a promo by Too Cool at the location we talked about before. They're down partying when they get attacked by Jericho and Kane.
Oh, that's nice.
Setting up a challenge for the tag team championships next week.
Cool.
So we do have something for next week. And then once we finish all that, now we got our finals. This is it. Victoria versus Trish Stratus for the Women's Championship.
Once again, how many times have we watched this great action go down?
This is so great.
And I love when we have, I say we, when I have the luxury of just being able to Google and have all the images up.
I know, it has to save so much time for you.
It's so helpful. Like, every time that I or you, either one of us book something we've never seen before, I just have to, like, make stuff up.
Yeah, about to say, just kind of like get it in the general area. Like, all right, here's their body.
I was telling you, I was telling Ahmed today what I would do if me and you, like, this could be our job.
Yeah.
Like, if we legit could just get paid to make YouTube stuff, I was like, you know what I would love?
What?
To play out the matches in the video games.
Oh.
And then upload each episode, like, the full dang thing.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it'd take a lot of manipulation, putting the words in the promos, and
baby,
whatever. But like
honestly, I feel like this is our job, though. We could make the time.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it'd be so freaking fun.
Oh man, that actually good stuff. We can use any game too. It doesn't even have to be like 2K. It could be
exactly. Yeah.
Literally anything.
Yeah.
So we could do this in like SmackDown versus Raw 04 because I actually have that.
Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah. So back to my original train of thought. Victoria versus Trish. This goes at least 30 minutes. Trish kind of adopts the exact same strategy she does with Jazz. That's Victoria's similar powerhouse.
Right.
But of course, Victoria, different approach, different skill set, and Trish does not have a lot of tape on Victoria.
Right,
She's
of course.
a new prospect, so she doesn't know anything about her, doesn't know her moveset. So a lot of what Victoria does offensively catches Trish off guard. She rolls out of the ring a lot to regroup. And eventually this just comes down to blows. Victoria hits a superplex into the ring, rolls through, turns Trish, or how does she always set him up for Widow's Peak? I think it's a power bomb, and then she just kind of eases him down. Yeah, that feels right. And then nails Trish with the Widow's Peak. Victoria is our new women's champion.
That's a great way to make a new star right there.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep.